Alright, so I'm back again for another Unstoppable recap. But before I go too far in today's recap, let me ask you a favor. If you're loving the recaps, right? If you're loving the recap channel and you know you're getting new videos consistently every day and you like that, please, I'm asking you right now to hit the thumbs up button. Let's get at least 1,000 likes on this one right here, right? So that you know it will do tremendous things for the channel, because YouTube will then see the interaction and recommend the videos and the channels to more persons to discover Unstoppable Recap and Unstoppable Live. Alright, so click the thumbs up button for me right now. Let's get into Unstoppable Recap today. Right now, this one right here is a lady talking about her husband that she met. You know, she met this man in Jamaica. They decided to get married, but after them get married, everything changed, because it was like she adopted a new son, because she basically had to be taking care of the man every step of the way. She even went as far as renting an apartment for the man living in, and she is actually paying the rent. But not only that, after she rent the apartment, she cover all of the bills, and then the man actually sublease the apartment where she pay for, and she not have no idea. So him actually make money off of the same apartment where she pay the rent for. You know what? I want to take a listen to this recap that was shared there, man.
Okay, so my experience started in 2013. I'm from Jamaica. I'm born and raised. Came to the US a couple of years ago. Well, quite a few years ago with my children. And we took a family vacation in 2013. We decided to spend, some time from one country to the next. We ended up in Jamaica. We were there for about 3 weeks. However, we stayed at this resort. We had booked for 2 weeks. And after the 2 weeks ran out, we decided that we were going to extend for another week. Now, when we tried to extend, they said, no, we can't give you the extension because we already have someone booked for the apartment. So during it was the summertime coming up to the Independence, so everywhere was booked out, fully booked. We couldn't get anywhere. So however, the guy, this guy who worked at the resort where we were, he said he knew of someone who work at another resort. He's gonna call to find out if they had any accommodation. So he called the guy. The guy said, oh no, I don't think we have anything, but I know of somewhere where I could take your guests to and they would be comfortable. The place is undergoing renovation, but it's livable because there are other guests there. However, I was kind of adamant, don't want to go. And I loaded up me and my girls in the car and we decided, okay, we meet this guy where he said we're supposed to meet him. And when he told us where the place was, nice, gated place, safe, everything. But I just didn't want to be too far away from where I was. However, my son said to me, listen, let's go, mommy. How bad could it be? So I said, okay, let me go. And I'm saying, I don't want to go nowhere with nobody. I don't even know this man from anywhere. He was a young guy, though. Young guy, maybe in his 20s, 30s. Anyway, he took us to the place. When we went there, it was breathtaking, beautifully breathtaking. Yes, it was undergoing construction, but nothing to write home about, because there were still guests there. However, the children liked it and we decided we were going to stay. By this time now, the staff and everybody was just friendly. But there was this man there that the minute we drove into the compound, he took an interest into me. And I'm like, I don't want to be in anything with anybody. I've just got out of a relationship with someone else. I don't want to be in anything with anyone, trying to hold my grounds and not even trying to give him the time of day. But anyway, we stayed at that place for a week. Person was very nice. He was actually in the same business that I'm in. So I was kind of fascinated by his work because he's very good at what he does. Feeling good now, if we're going out on the road, we had a man with us, as mostly women traveling together. My son was little. So it's good to know, we have a man in the car driving around Jamaica with only females mostly, So I feel kind of safe having someone there. He seems to be a nice person. I can't say he is a bad person in many ways, but over time I see that his problem is worthless. I say this to say, we came back to the US after that week at that place. The night before we left, he told me, "Oh, I would like to date you because you seem to be a good woman and he's single and yada yada, and all talks." I said, "I'm not into anything, I just my husband, he and I just parted, so I'm not into anything with anybody right now." And came back to the US. We start corresponding on the phone. He'll call me, I call him. Went back to Jamaica like about 6 months after. Call him up. He met me at the airport. I decided, I said, what do I have to lose? Here I am with an American guy, just not working out. I'm on my own. He's gone about his own business. What do I have to lose? Over time talking to a person, you think for 6 months you can't know a lot about a person, but you'll know enough to know if the person is good. I speak with his family. Family seems okay. He's from a good family background. They're poor, but very, very loving, caring people they are, his family. Okay, so I said, the kids liked him. I didn't know him from then. And, I sit down, I discussed it with them. They said, "You have nothing to lose. Why not? If you want to date him and you like him that much, go ahead." So I came back to the US. We still didn't get into anything, because I'm not the type of person to just jump into somebody's bed like that. I give him a few tests that I try to see if he's an honest person by giving him money to give to someone to see if he would turn it over, just to see if he would pass the test. Yes, he passed them with flying colors. I said, okay. He wasn't financially, he wasn't in a position to care for himself the way he should, or even, live decently. Don't know what he do with his money because he worked good money, but no clue what he does with his money. He doesn't drink, number one. He used to smoke. I tell him, I said, I don't date men who smoke because they're after smoke. Not to do with anything. That's just me. I said, that after breath thing, I can't deal with it. So anyway, he stopped. He said, "I'm going to stop for you." Okay, he did. Anyway, I went back to Jamaica about a year after that, and where he told me he live. Up on this time, I don't know where he lived. I know I heard of the area, but I've never been there. So I said, okay, I'm not going to where you live, though. I am not going there. If we're gonna have a relationship, you have to move. He said, okay, because it was nothing. He said, I wouldn't take you there anyway. I wouldn't take you where I live because I wouldn't want you to see it. So my son said to me, why not, since we go to Jamaica like 3 times a year, why not rent a place and let him stay there? And when we go there, we have a place to stay. And I think it over. I talked to my other kids about it. They say, yeah, mommy, yeah, let's do it that way. So I did, rented a place, give him. He's there. We're paying the rent. We said, okay, you pay the electric bill and the water bill. We'll do the rest. Shipped all the furnitures from here to down there. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, kitchen, whole house we rented. And he's there. So I would send the money down for him to pay the rent. And in the beginning, he paid the rent and we would have no problem with it. Then one day now, I got a call from the landlord saying, how come I haven't heard anything from you? It's been a couple of months and I haven't received any rent. So I said, oh, how is that? Because I send the rent down every month to pay you. Before all of this now, before even that part, there was another place he was renting where I was paying for. And when we decided to get married, it was 3 years after almost. I decided, long-term relationship is like long distance is not working out. I can't do this all the time. So I decided, I said, let's get married. I said, we talked about it. We went for counseling. We come to a conclusion that it would work out. So we start preparing for the wedding. I am the one who put everything, because he was not in a position to do anything. So then at that place where he used to be, that's when I asked him, I said, listen, you have to move to somewhere better because my family is not going to come and stay, there or anything. So move to a place better where we all can stay as a family. So he did. Okay. The first red flag was the day after I set up everything, the venue, get everything rented out, everything was set up, done for the wedding. I do interior designing, so I know what I want my place to be like. So the venue, I had it all down. I went to China, get the fabric, everything that we needed for the place, fixed it up. The only thing he had to do for me was make those little, those little thread bags. You could put little souvenirs in for the guests and stuff like that. So went to China, bought the fabric, cut all the little bags, the strings. All he had to do was just stitch them. Okay, took them down to October. The wedding was in December. I talked to him about it one day. He said, oh yeah, I'm going to do them tonight and I'm going to have them ready by the time the wedding planner is ready for them. The day before the wedding, my family surprised me by renting a hall at a very prominent hotel where we would have rehearsal dinner. Because I wasn't planning to do any of that thing. But my family from here, they all come down and they plan it behind my back. Some of my co-workers, everybody was there to support me. So then I called him up. I said, listen, because according to tradition, the groom is not supposed to see the bride before the day of the wedding. So I called him up on the phone. I said, take the bags that you sew over to the lady and give them to her because she's going to need them to put the souvenirs preparing for tomorrow. Lady called me the morning after. She said, I haven't received the bags. I called him. He said, I'm taking them to her in a few minutes. Anyway, here I am thinking that the lady got everything that was supposed to be there. The only things that were missing was the only thing he was contributing to the whole thing. And that's the little thread bags that he was supposed to sew, which was 180 because we had like 170 guests. But I did do 180 bags. So anyway, the day of the wedding, those didn't go. That was his only contribution to the wedding. Those didn't show up at the wedding. I said, okay. I overlooked it. I said, but if that is all I asked you to do and you didn't do just that, you didn't do. But I could not have seen the things that other people was seeing because when you're in love, I guess they say love is blind. You're not seeing the things you're supposed to see. But I overlooked it. I said, you know what? It went on fine. We had a beautiful wedding. Everybody was happy. I was happy. He was happy. Everything went smooth. Now, the night after the wedding concluded, we packed up. The venue got packed up, and we were supposed to go now on our honeymoon because I had booked at a hotel, and we went to the hotel to stay there for that night. When we went there, for the whole night, he's been on the phone with his friends. These were people he knew after I moved him from where he used to be. He had just come into the community and meet them not even a good year. No, the things I brought for families, far families that I have in Jamaica, distant families, he would take them and he would give them away. I had stuff for people who wanted to be there but couldn't afford to even buy a suit to be there, brought for them. And when I went down, they were all given away, although he knew that they were for the people who I wanted to be there. It was all about him doing things for his side of the people, not even for his family, like for his friends. Anyway, wedding went smoothly. Things wasn't going so well, but I overlooked them. I said maybe he just caught up with himself. He's not thinking straight. I decided now that I am going to file his paperwork, because I don't want to have him in Jamaica for all this time while I am here. So within 9 months, I could get him here, being as I'm a citizen. Anyway, I had an uncle who was taking drugs. He was in the rehab there. He decided he was getting out of rehab and he didn't have a place to stay. And since the house is there, I said to him, okay, go by the house and stay. There's 3 bedrooms. You can have a room. He and I discussed it. He said, yes, let him come because I'm the only one there. And he had a young man there helping him in his business. So my uncle decided to go. Yes, he went. My uncle went down, went there 3 months. One day I decided to call. I always ask him, how is he doing? He said, oh, he's fine. Everything is good. He's fine. One day I called my uncle. No, he called me and he said to me, I'm not going to hide this from you anymore, but for the couple of months I've been here, you said I should get a room and there's nowhere for me to stay. So I said, how is it there's nowhere for you to stay? I don't understand. He said, well, your husband have 1 room rented out to a woman and a man and his white woman. Another one rented out to somebody else. I'm sleeping on one of the couch. Him have a woman sleeping on the other couch and a man sleeping on the carpet. I said, what? Him say, I need you to come. I need you to come down because this is not right. So I decided to go down, tell no one I was coming. I just booked my ticket. 2 days later, jump on the plane, go down there unannounced. Didn't know I was coming. When I went, the man that told me he stopped smoking because of me, when I went into the master bedroom, there was, cut up high stacked on the nightstand. When I say stack high, I mean stack high. The beds were not made, literally worthless nigger lifestyle. When I went into the house, I started to have panic attack just from the odor that was coming from the house.
And this was how many? This was how many years in the relationship now? How long were you together at this time?
That was going in 3 years. 3 years, because we married a little after 2 years, almost 3 years. That this takes place like about 6 months after we got married.
So with all the signals, all the red flags, all the flares that was going off, why were you still putting up with it?
I was trying to make it work. Nobody is perfect. And I know I'm not gonna say I'm from a rich family, but I was raised in a very decent middle class family, and my parents, they did a good job. They did well for us.
Okay.
And I'm not looking down on anybody, because although my family could afford to give us, I never depended on them for anything. I took the cow by the horn, and I worked for everything that I wanted out of life. There's nothing I got for free. You know, so I know what poverty is, because my family, they didn't give anything. You have to work for what you want. Don't think that because they're gonna just take up and give it to you. My mom's side of the family didn't have it, but my dad's side was the better off side. But we got nothing. We got nothing from them. Anything I need, my father would give it, but I never depended on him. Because I said, what if one day he can't give? What do I do?
Okay.
Anyway, I never look down on anything. I always try to make excuse, try to fix things. When he break them, I try to fix them. But one thing that stood out most of all to me was a week after we got married, I had to come back here because of my job. So, you know, tradition, you wrap your wedding cake, you freeze it for the next year anniversary. I did that before I left. Put it in the freezer. We had champagne, stuff like that. I put 2 bottles of champagne, left him with cases and cases of wines of all type, champagne, you name it. Any liquor you can think of, we had it there. Because most of them, we ship them from here to there. All I saved was 2 bottles there. I said, okay, these can stay right there on the liquor stand. For the anniversary, we'll have them. Went down there, unstoppable. When I opened the freezer, I said, where's the cake? The cake is not in the standing fridge, it's not in the freezer. Where's the cake? Oh, I throw it out. I said, you throw it out? How you going to throw out the cake? That's our wedding cake. I didn't even taste the cake. I done the little piece you put in my mouth. How you going to throw out the cake? Anyway, I said, you know what? It's not even make sense arguing about it. Not even an empty bottle from all the liquor that was left there was there, including the 2 bottles of champagne that I saved for the anniversary. So I asked him, I said, well, what happened to the stuff? He said, oh, me and my boys drink them. I said, you and your boys drink them? I said, you have never shared a glass of champagne with me, but you share it with your boys? Anyway, when I decided now to go, since I get the call and about what was going on, I went down there. When I went, I also shipped a washing machine from here. Everything was in the house. The first thing that greeted me when I drove up in the driveway, the brand new washing machine of only 6 months was broken and thrown down in the carport, out of use, in the carport. He was not there. My friend went and she knocked on the grill. A man walked out in his boxers and said, may I help you? So I'm still sitting in the car. He said, my friend asked him for my husband. Said, oh, he's not here right now. So she said to him, can you open the grill? No, I'm not opening the grill. Who are you? So she said, no, I must ask you, who are you? And he started, she must get out of the yard. And so I stepped out of the car and I said, young man, who are you? Why are you in my house telling us that we should leave? What are we doing there? Who are you?
Hola, this man, hola, you said this man walk out in them boxers. Come on,
in them boxers. Yes, in his boxers.
I'd ask you who you is when you there here at one place?
Yes. So he never recognized me, but he should, because my pictures are all over the house. So he should recognize me. But he was there, I don't know who you people are, and I'm going to call my cousin, according to him now. This is a cousin that my husband have that no one knew about. I didn't know about him. All of a sudden, the family them pop up from all over. We never know about. So anyway, my uncle stepped up and said, got out of the car and said to him, because I called my uncle the minute I was in Jamaica. I said, hey, I'm here. Meet me at such and such a point. So my uncle came and he went to the house with us. When he saw my uncle said to him, no, my uncle came out with his key to open the door, the grill. When he tried it, the grill wouldn't open. So my uncle said, what y'all do? Change the lock on me? He said, it's not me. It's your in-law. Anyway, he knew a place where my husband always put a key for security reasons. Say he would lose it or so he'd know where, outside another one is. He went and he found it and he tried it and that one worked. He bought a new lock to put on the grill for some apparent reason. Anyway, when the guy saw my uncle now, he realized that this must be me, the wife. So he's saying, he didn't tell me you were coming and he didn't. So I said, he didn't know I was coming. So my uncle opened the door and I went in, and that's when I saw all of this ganja full the bedsides, and the sheets on the bed thrown on the ground, dirty clothes packed from the floor to the ceiling. I'm an entrepreneur. I have 2 businesses in Jamaica. So it's not that he don't know that I can pop up at any time, any given time I can show up. So before then, when I just rented the place, I stacked out the master bedroom with everything you can need. School bags, iron, microwave, you name it, it's there. Home goods style. If you're living in the state, you know what home goods look like. And that's where I shop for most of my things and unusual stuff. When I went down there, the place was empty. There was nothing in there other than the bed. All the drawers were on the chest of drawer, the dresser, everything was pulled out and the clothes them hanging out of it. Literally a dump yard. There was nowhere, the bathroom, something in there running out into the towels. Towel was packed from the entrance of one of the bathroom right into where the shower was. It's with me that in my house, no towel, I don't use a towel more. If I use it now, I throw it straight in there. I don't use it twice. So down there, I bring the towel, them like crazy, go down there. Stack them up. So why is all the towels on the ground? Something is leaking. So this guy walked out, then he went in his room, he puts on something over his boxers, came back out. Here was this white woman pushing, hi, how are you? Coming to shake my hand. So I hold my hand behind me. So I said, how are you and who are you? She said, oh, my fiance, this is where we rent. We're renting here and we're paying. I said, I don't want to know how much you're paying and I don't care if you rent here. I want you out. No. One of the bedroom was stuck from the floor to the ceiling. Somebody moved in like a storage room, like somebody's storing stuff there. The young man who helped him out, he was sleeping on the chair. Another friend of his was sleeping on the chair. I went into the kitchen. You know, when you cook, one pot was rice cooking it, thrown down, filled with water till it froth. You know, that's for weeks or days. Another one in there, the same thing. In the washroom, there were pots where you could see where they make dumplings or whatever. It was dried up. Just dirty dishes was stacked in the kitchen almost to the ceiling. I started having panic attack because when it comes to cleanliness, those things freak me out. So anyway, I went and sat back in the car. The minute I sat in the car, there he was coming. He came up to the car. He was sweating so much that the shirt, because he never expected me. And apparently the guy called him to say, hey, your wife is here. The shirt was sticking to his back. The way the man was sweating. So I said to him, what's going on in the house? What is going on in there? He said, come inside so I can talk to you. I said, I'm not going back in there. I am not going back into that house. You want to explain to me? You're going to stay right here and explain to me.
Alright, Unstoppable family, reach the end of the recap. If you're liking what you're hearing or you want to take a listen to the entire story, click the link that's down below in the description. It will take you over to the main channel, Unstoppable Live, where you can listen to everything that was shared in this story and other stories that were shared as well. While you're over there, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications so that you can actually participate in the live streams when we go live and you won't never miss another live stream. Alright, and also hit the subscribe button right here as well so that once we upload a recap, you will get notified and you can probably see the show that you missed. Alright, until the next Unstoppable recap, stay strong, stay motivated, but most of all, remain unstoppable.
Unstoppable.